Let me just say thank you to everybody that has supported and shown love, liked and subscribed. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all of the love that has been shown to me in the last year. So last year I spoke about healing your mental, dealing with your trauma, holding yourself accountable to make yourself ready to date. Then I started my second season saying that I was actually ready to date. What did that look like for me? Let's talk about it. I've been dating. Yeah, I've actually been out there. I'm dating. So what I'm going to do in this next group of um, shows is I'm going to share my experience and experiences of other people that I've witnessed, the people that have came up to me and talked to me about what they're going through, right? The end result is, why is dating so fucking hard? It should not be this difficult, but it is, right? I've been asked questions as, why am I still single? Really? Why am I still single? It's tough out here. I just remember I have to go back from when I was younger, and dating was a man coming up to you and approaching you in a respectful manner, and you guys went out on a date. This gives away my age. You exchange pager numbers. You all remember the pagers? For those that don't, I was gonna. Anyways, so where have I been? I have been doing my research. I have actually been dating so that I can come back on here and educate, encourage, and definitely tell everyone not to give up on love. Where have I been? I know, you guys, I took myself offline to do some more self-reflecting, some more encouragement, healing, all of that good stuff. And so today's topic is about, what is love? Let me tell you why I want today's topic to be, what is love? I had a guy ask me last week. He said, do you ever want to be in love again? And I said, yes, of course. Like, I already know I'm going to get married again one day. Well, I hope. Right now, after my findings, I don't even know. So he said, well, you said that you want to get married again one day. And I said, yes, I do. I know how to be a wife. I don't know how to be a girlfriend or anything other than that. I believe in that Bible principle of being a wife, right? So he said, do you even know what love is? And I said, oh, that's actually a good question. Yes, actually, I do know what love is. You know why I know? Because I have experienced it. I have been in love. I have loved, two different things. And so I know what it is. You can't just say, oh, I'm in love, this, that, and the other. And if you do, how do you know? Seriously, how do you know? It's because he makes you feel good or she makes you feel good for that moment. That's not love. In my journey, what I've learned is love is not a feeling. It's not. We think, I get excited when he calls or he's telling me he's on his way or that he comes home from work. That's not love. That's just a feeling. Love is actually an action. Wow, that's pretty deep. What do you mean it's actually an action? It's an action. If someone doesn't love you, they act accordingly, right? But when someone loves you, they want to make sure certain points in your life that matter to you are taken care of. They do small gestures like, I'm not naming any names in this podcast, okay? But my ex, if I had a hard day at work, I would walk through the door and there would be bath water running. And he would say, you don't have to cook tonight. I ordered us something. That was actually love. Love is an act. So if he hits you, does he love you? Yeah. So you got to think an act of kindness, an act of not being selfish, an act of putting you first. That's when you know someone's in love with you or you're in love with them. If your main goal when you get home from work is to fix you a sandwich and not your significant other who's on the way home, you might want to question whether or not you love them. It's an act. It really is. Look it up, because that's actually how I got my content. I actually Googled what was love. And then on top of what I Googled and what I read and what I studied, and then implied it in my own life, right? It's a very difficult conversation to have, because I was told a couple of weeks ago by this man who has yet to meet me. We have not met. We have had conversations, chatted via text, and even, FaceTime video or whatever you want to call it. And he actually said, "I love you," to me. And I was like, no, you don't. You're infatuated. Infatuation means you're in love with the idea of being in love, because, social media, movies, TVs, they got us believing like this is what we need in our lives, right? So when this young man told me he loved me, I was just like, okay, whatever. And I can be an asshole. And I literally said, "Why do you love me? Why do you love me?" "Oh, because you're so amazing and this, that, and the other, but you don't know shit about me. So why am I amazing?" When you can't answer a simple question, when someone asks you, "Why do you love me?" you might want to reevaluate why you're with that person. I actually had a friend, a coworker, come up to me, and that was the question. Go back to your significant other and ask them, why do they love you? And if there's hesitation, if they say, "Well, there's a lot of reasons why I love you," but they can't tell you specifically why, do they really love you? No. So with all of that being said, let me just caveat that, okay? Where have I been? I've been missing for a while because I've actually been dating and trying to get to know other men, because I'm ready to date. I'm past ready to date. I'm actually ready to be in a relationship. But even with me being ready to be in a relationship, I am just not going to settle for whatever comes out of your mouth. And there's a lot of that going on right now. A lot of bullshit, a lot of, thinking you're going to feed me some kind of dream and I'm just going to want to be your girl. And unfortunately, no. The reason why I have this rule about myself is because I love hard. And when I love hard, sometimes I forget who I am because I'm so focused on that person that I'm loving. And when I say love, I'm doing the action, I'm doing the work, I'm putting in the work. You're not happy about something, I'm changing that. If you need dinner every night, when I leave my job, I'm fighting traffic to make you dinner because I want to show you that I love you. In my conversation, what I learned was I have been in love once in my lifetime, once. And I still love him to this day. In my research, I learned that when you love somebody, you just don't fall out of love with them. So if you're with somebody and next thing you know, you hate them, you never really loved them in the first place. Just because you may love somebody, because people have asked me, well, if you love this person so much, why aren't you with them? Just because I love them doesn't mean that it was meant for us to actually be together. Sometimes you can be in an unhealthy situation, love or not, right? So with all of that being said, some of the findings that I have is that everybody wants to be in love, but how can you want something you know nothing about? For example, I had a gentleman ask me to be his girlfriend. Oh my God, like bubbly. No, miss me with the bullshit. Because then it becomes, why do you want me to be your girlfriend? Is it so you can have some kind of control or you can have ownership? Because you got to look at those things. Why does a man quickly want to make you his girl, right? Without getting to know you. So I have this game. I have this thing that I play, right? It's, if you can answer these 5 questions, I'll be your girlfriend. 5 questions. And they're not difficult questions. These are common questions that you should know about a person before you utter the words, I love you, or you utter the words, will you be mine? And we're so quick to be in this microwave generation, pop it in the microwave because we're lonely and we're this and we're that. And I agree. I have my lonely moments too. But a peace of mind is priceless. So Kiwi's going to say it. Do not jump into anything unless you actually know what you're jumping into. Do you know what love is? Are you ready to date? Are you ready to be in a relationship? Are you ready to be in that situation where you are really responsible for somebody else's happiness? I've been told that so many times. I want to date you because you make me happy. I don't want to be responsible for your happiness, because at the end of the day, if you're not already happy with inside yourself, how can I make you happy? You don't even know if I'm happy with inside myself. So now my job is to make you happy. We're not doing that, okay? Let's not do that. So I said love earlier is actions. It does have some to do with emotions, but it also has some to do, majority of it is with actions. Showing affection, showing appreciation, being passionate about somebody. That's love. These are all action words, not feelings. So when you say you love somebody, it's because they give you butterflies. That's a feeling. Think about it. Analyze it. Study it. Everybody wants to be in love. I want to be in love. I've been out here dating, and I want to say that one of the best experience I had was with a young guy, and we were having a conversation. We met for drinks, and just being brutally honest and straightforward with me. He literally said, I'm not thirsty, don't need a female. Would I like you to be on my side? Yes, because he's looking at the physical attraction or what have you. Of course, that's why we even look at somebody, because we're physically attracted to them. But then what comes next, right? Are we going to base our foundation on a shallow ground, or are we going to build something with that? So stop being so quick to fall in love. Love takes fucking time. It doesn't happen overnight. You cannot say you love somebody in a month. And if you are, you really need to analyze yourself, because that's an internal need and a desire that you have. And you may not really be ready for the consequences that come behind love. It's an action. It has a little bit of emotions in it, because when you see him, you want to hug and kiss on him, and that's an emotional feeling. But at the end of the day, know what you're getting into. Stop using this word. So let's stop. Really? Let's just stop. And let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Remember what I said previous. We lie to ourselves more than we lie to anybody else. I don't have to lie to you. For what? Because if I lie to you, I'm lying to myself. And then at the end of the day, it's just a vicious cycle. We need to be completely and brutally honest. We need to look at ourselves. And are you even capable of loving somebody else? Are you capable of it? And then if you are capable of it, are you capable of receiving it? Because I've been in relationships where I'm loving this person, and I didn't say in love, but I'm loving this person. I'm showing love. I'm trying to show love. And the hard truth at the end of that relationship was this: I didn't ask you to do any of that. Can you imagine somebody telling you, I didn't ask you to do any of that, and all you are doing is showing love, and they slap you in the face by saying, I didn't ask you to do that. So you're like, I know you didn't ask me to do it, but this is my way of loving you. Take your time, get to know somebody, because you can put in the work and the effort, and it goes unnoticed. With me, I noticed a lot. I'm a people reader. I analyze certain things, and the main thing that my main goal is to find that man that I can love. I've been in love once. Like I said, I'm still in love with him. I will never let him go because we did some things. We had a lot of action between us, right? But at the end of the day, I'm ready for my next adventure. I'm ready for the next gentleman that I can come and just give 150% of me. But I'm not going to sell myself short in getting that done. Love is a scary thing when you actually get into it because you cannot be selfish. You have to open up and you have to allow things to happen. You have to be able to give that action. Most people don't want to act. Most people want to receive. Take. But when it comes down to you actually doing some shit, nobody wants to do that. And it's like, I'm not going to be the only one that's always going to be giving and sacrificing. And I sacrifice to the point to where it actually hurt me. I will never do that again. I had a conversation where I said, if you're in a relationship and that relationship ends, if you don't learn something from that and take it, because we have to learn. And if you're not learning something from a relationship, you're really wasting your time, because every relationship has a lesson to be learned, right? Whether you end up in marriage or you end up not being married and end up separated, take away something from that, learn from it. I say all of that to say is because next week it's about to get juicy, because now I'm actually going to go in great detail of what I experienced with different men. Keep in mind, I'm not naming anybody. Because you don't need to be named. And if you're watching and you feel some kind of way, am I really talking about you? Don't make it about you, because I'm actually going to generalize. And then I'm actually going to share some experiences that I've actually witnessed, received that phone call, and going from there. Because I think that we need to get to the bottom of this as to why dating is so fucking hard. It should not be this hard. It's 2025, y'all. I need everybody have New Year's resolutions, losing weight, finding love, getting married, whatever it is. If your resolution was to find your partner, be real about that shit. Stop fucking lying. Stop playing the game. Because if you're gonna play the game, somebody is going to lose. In every game, there's always a winner and there's always a loser. But why does it have to be tug of war? Let's be on the same playing field. We're looking for the same thing. What is it that you're looking for? Know what you're looking for and stay within those boundaries, okay? I don't know who needed to hear that, but Kiwi said it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you for coming in and having a seat. Until next time, don't forget, smiles are contagious. Pass them along. You don't know, somebody may be going through something and that smile will change their lives. Remember, the energy you put out is the energy you receive. So until next time, you guys, thank you so much for joining my show. Have a good night. Okay, today's assignment is you are going to ask yourself what you need. Is it love? Is it attention? Is it a boyfriend or girlfriend? And then once you ask yourself, what is it that you need, you're lacking, you're missing? Then you need to analyze what role you're going to play to actually get that, right? If you're playing a role in a current relationship, what role are you playing? Are you watering the relationship so it can grow? Or are you the one that's actually choking it because you're the weed? What role are you playing? Ask yourself that question, whether you're dating or single. What role are you playing out here? Are you just here for fun? Are you here to hurt somebody? And if so, why? It's something to think about. What role are you playing? That's today's assignment. Answer that question. What role am I playing in your life, my life, this life? And then once you have that answer, implement it.